not going to hold my breath for that one. There's a good chance that this won't happen, and it'll come crashing down around me. I'll lose all the money that Sharon and I have put into it. So I figure I've exhausted all my options for getting money in New Zealand, which is basically too hard here, and I'm going to make a trip to the States in one last-ditch effort to try and raise some funds for it. Got a brutal first week lined up in the USA, 5,000 Ks in 5 days. I guess Sharon and I to date have put about 350 grand into this, and we've got our forestry block, but after that we've got nothing left. Except for love. Desperately short of cash, and we need to raise 100 grand really fast, and hopefully a few million coming after that. We've got a bunch of biodiesel companies that we're going to be meeting with. Hopefully one or two of them will like what we're presenting and take us on.
Love you, little one.
See you in 2 weeks.
Love you too.
See you, rascals. Just arrived into LA. We're meeting a guy chasing here who's loaning us his biodiesel car.
1997 Volkswagen Passat, full tank of V100.
Just trying to get out of LA, but stuck in a damn traffic jam. And this car goes really well though. It's just a little V-dub Passat, completely standard, but sweet as on this 100% volumes. We got dual purposes on this trip. One is we're meeting up with some of the sponsors of the fuel for us. And it is also, you know, we're promoting that there are alternatives out there. You don't have to just go and use petrol or diesel like everyone else. And, you know, we're just proving the point. We'll pick this car up and we will drive 6,000 Ks over the 6-day period. And we will only use B100 biodiesel. These here epitomise for me the fact that oil is going to run out. When you drill a well, initially there's sufficient downhole pressure that the oil just flows out by itself. But once the field gets depleted, the pressure reduces and you actually need to go sucking the oil out. And that's exactly what this is here. It's a giant pump to go sucking out oil. With climate change, the debate isn't if global warming is happening, but it's how much are we contributing with the greenhouse gases like CO2 that we're putting out. And I don't know if it's 90% or 75%. But I do know it's significant, and there's no doubt that we're contributing to global warming right now. Just going to go and grab a tomato from the wholesaler out here. That is beautiful. How are you?
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Casa Jay and Peter. Let's have a beer.
We're on the bones of our ass, and we're really doing this on the cheap. But one of the neat things is we're getting to crash with some very cool people along the way.
Back on their mission to find the funds for Earthrace. Running on biodiesel.
The biodiesel people are all so nice. Just the most hospitable bunch of guys. For part of my MBA, I did a research project on alternative fuels for road transport, and the further I got into it, the more convinced I became of the need to get renewable fuels like biodiesel and ethanol, to get them supported. And when I look around and what's happening in New Zealand, there's virtually nothing happening on biofuels in terms of public awareness, and you know, publicly you can't go and buy anything for your car or truck or whatever. So why are you running biodiesel in this?
Well, I really don't want to run on petroleum products anymore, and this is the closest I can get right now in the US.
Cool to see biodiesel like this at a retail pump, eh? Entering Seattle. After racing, we're going to take the boat on a promotional tour around the globe, promoting renewable fuels, but at each of the cities we're stopping at, we need to find a central location to dock the boat. We need to sort out this promotion and get get some people organised. I think we might run the promotion down over here, so we'll have the boat moored over on the far side there.
Oh my God, it's so big. That's a boat?
So we're going to be parking it right down here in front of your little...
And I'm going to be drooling
Java
over it
house.
every day.
Something I've noticed here is how big all their cars are. They've got these SUVs, which are like what we'd call utes, but they're just enormous. So look at this tosser over here. He's got a great big bus to go on holiday, and he's also got to tow around his bloody four-wheel drive with him.
Scrounging for cash right up the west coast here and going as far north as Vancouver in Canada.
What are you looking for from the city of Portland?
It would be good to get a small donation.
What we would really like is for you guys to contribute cash to the project. What we need is cash to assist the boat build, but I'd like to have that up front, which helps me get the boat in the water.
As far as funding and donations, that's a little bit more complicated.
No, it went all right. They're going to help us out with the promotions and that, but I don't think we're going to get much money out of it.
Would you like some B100 for your car?
I'd love some, mate. They're going to put in 5,000 Canadian dollars into the project. They're going to give us a couple of thousand litres of biodiesel fuel, and they're going to organise the promotional tour here. So good meeting. Can we get some biodiesel from my car?
Absolutely, we'll give you a little bit of biodiesel.
We had sort of eight guys working on it full time. Now we've got none.
We've actually been pulled off at full time now until some more funds do come through.
This week's been sort of crunch week for us. We've run out of money to throw at it. The project owes us quite a bit of money as well. We've sort of let it slide. I mean, really, it's the commercial reality of it is we've got to keep money coming in through the door, you know, otherwise we're going to go under.
Been on the road since about 6 o'clock this morning, and it's now 1:30 in the following morning, and we're just knackered. So we're going to have probably about 3 hours sleep here, and then we'll get back on the road. I've got a wife and kids at home, and Sharon's struggling. She's working full time and raising these 2 kids. A little bit worried that we're not going to come up with this money, but if we can't come up with it that way, we'll find other ways to come up with it, you know.
It is awkward. Girls miss them and I miss them and things, but it has to be done. Pete has always tended to go full on. Nothing's sort of simple. I expected this to be over and done with 3 months, hop in a boat, go around the world, finish, get on with life, but it's been 3 years and Pete's always been one to go full force. He's off the bench. He's not meant to be on the bench.
The San Francisco is such a cool city. It's got such great architecture and eclectic people, really neat city. It started an ordinary day this morning, but it's just absolute stunning here. Trying to find the biodiesel plant in San Francisco, and we're in the mother of all traffic jams. These guys here were the very first to be doing commercial biodiesel in the San Francisco Bay Area, where these people just eat, drink and sleep biodiesel.
I was immediately impressed with the sustainability of the fuel. Biodiesel is non-extractive. In other words, there isn't an oil well out there, nor is there a refinery. So it's very benign, and all the carbon in the fuel is sourced from the biosphere.
Fossil fuels such as your traditional petrol and diesel are produced from oil that's basically sucked out of the ground. And when this fuel is burned, large amounts of carbon dioxide that until now has been stored for millions of years underground are suddenly released into the atmosphere, contributing to global warming. In contrast, biodiesel, made mostly from crops, is carbon neutral. The carbon dioxide released during the combustion of such fuels is balanced by the carbon dioxide that the plants trap while growing. And the result of all this is a carbon neutral cycle.
People talk about the incremental cost of biodiesel, how biodiesel is more expensive than conventional diesel fuel. In reality, it's different. Yeah, the cost of the fuel is encapsulated within the per gallon within the per gallon price of the